we are going live. This is Ann Sieg, creator and founder of the E-commerce Business School, coming at you Tuesday, August 28th. It's my little brother's birthday today, so I got to remember to reach out to my little brother. Okay, so good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be. I want to welcome you all into the E-commerce Business School campus tour. That's the purpose of this Facebook Live, is to give you a campus tour of the E-commerce Business School. And by the way, we don't formally start until 12 p.m. CT. So I do this just to make sure all the electrons are hooking up. And I want to make sure that I can, hold on, I'm working with two different screens here, two different browsers. There we go. All right, so what I'd like you to do, as we have now since gone live, actually, I'm not seeing that I'm live on the E-commerce Business School page. I'm double checking my bearings here. There we are. Okay, great. Okay, hi there, William. Greetings to you. Good afternoon to you, William. And anyone else who is here, go ahead, write in the comments section. And I want to let you know, this is primarily being broadcasted from the E-commerce Business School page. And yet we have this also show up on about 7 of our different group pages where we support our E-commerce Business School members and our students who are in a variety of different training programs. So the best place to interact with me is on the main EBS page. And I'm going to tell you how you can find that within the Facebook search bar. You ready? So to get over here so I can see your comments, you would write in EBS, E as in Edward, B as in boy, S as in Sam, and then type in E-commerce Business School, and Facebook will bring up the page for you. So EBS, E-commerce Business School, and it will bring up the page for which I am primarily hosting this video from for Facebook Live, okay? So it's 12 o'clock, it's the top of the hour, and this is about a 30-minute session here where I'm going to give you an overview of the E-commerce Business School, as well as the many, many different training courses that we have and mentorship groups, okay? So that's the purpose of the call. And what I'm going to do next is share my screen, all righty? So this kind of fancy stuff I have to do here to orchestrate this. So just bear with me, we can do this together. All right, so I should now be sharing my screen. And there, hi there, Tessa. Good afternoon or good morning to you, wherever you happen to be calling in from. How about you guys let me know? Those of you who joined, let me know where you're located. I'm actually broadcasting this from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Bella Vista, Arkansas. So if you can, write in the comment section where you happen to be calling in from or joining us. All right, so again, this is Ann Sieg. I'm the very proud creator and founder of the E-commerce Business School. And this call, again, is to give you an overview of our E-commerce Business School campus, along with career options. And we have everything from startup courses to sourcing trips to China. That covers quite the gamut, doesn't it? So a little backstory of what led me to develop the E-commerce Business School. 2 photos here. That one on the left, that's my family. That's my husband, Brian, with my 3 sons, who are now ages 28, 30, and 34. And all of them have worked in my business. One of them was my business partner for 10 plus years. That's the young man in the middle, okay? And then my 2 other sons, David works with us full-time, and Robert, the one in the suit coat, he's the one who lives in China. He's been there 6 plus years. And he is a sourcing agent by trade. That's his vocation. I'll talk more about him in a moment. Then you see the picture of these folks there. Those are my parents. And they are both educators. My dad was a college professor, and my mom was a teacher in the public school system. And she was the head of Title I for our school district. All to say, I developed my enormous love for education and training and teaching because of my parents. So I want to give credit where credit is due. I owe it all to my parents. I am a dyed-in-the-wool educator. Okay, so we've actually been doing e-commerce for a very long time in my family. So Isaiah, my eldest, and Robert, the middle son, they started an online business. It was eBay. eBay way back, oh my goodness, it's probably 16 years ago or so, because Robert was in junior high. And they sold Lord of the Rings memorabilia and other military kind of stuff, shovels, helmets, all sorts of things. So they were doing eBay quite early on. And the old inventory of swords fill our basement walls. That's a samurai sword, and it is real. Okay, so I was talking about my eldest son. Okay, correction. He had been my business partner for 12 plus years. We partnered up in 2006. My husband and I with my eldest son, Isaiah, and we had some amazing times together in our family business. Like I mentioned earlier, all three of my sons have worked in my business. David there, you can see him filming at one of our events. He's typically there doing filming. He actually helps in our customer care team. And then Robert Sieg, he authored this book, From China to Amazon, an A to Z guide on how to bring a product from the assembly line to your online storefront. And he's the one who's done trips to China for us. All right. And there is a photo shot of us over in, Shenzhen, I believe it was. Anyways, it's the most incredible experience of a lifetime to be able to travel to China. So I've gone there twice, and that's David here, and that's Robert. All right. So together, my eldest son and I, we dominated the attraction marketing space. Hi there, William saying, calling in from Palos Park, Illinois, a Chicago suburb. Thank you, William. Anyways, these were the three books that we released way back in 2007 and 2008. And it was primarily through these books that we were able to generate over $20 million in sales online. And then I transitioned into the e-commerce space in 2013. And the rapid success of our students was so impressive, we've never looked back since. And best of all, our online marketing training is as relevant as ever. So that's pretty much everything I've taught for about 14 years. It's how to market your business online. This is when we rolled out our new brand, the E-commerce Business School. We had a special cake and a banner created for that very special event. So we are a 12-year-old established training and mentorship community, and our mission is to help 1,000 people make $10,000 a month through my help and team community. So that's $120,000 in income per year. That's our goal. All right, so I am going to show you some pictures from some of our events. Let's see, I have to make sure I'm bringing up the right browser. New. This one. Okay, here we are. And let's go to, it's called, oh, did I not bring it up? I thought I had. That's okay. 80/20 Smug Mug, it's called. So we're going to open this up. And we do this because a lot of people have a concern that almost anything being sold online is a fake or a scam. All right, I'm just going to throw those words out there. They're terrified, absolutely terrified of a scam. Sorry, but that's what I've seen over 14 years. And for me, this is my home. I'm so comfortable online. But sadly, it is true. There are people who scam other people, and that's very, very unfortunate. All right, but we show these pictures because we're the real deal here, okay? So let's see, we've got the pictures up from the trifecta, which was held in July. And by the way, all told, we've done about 40 to 45 events over the past 12 years. But there's Brian Cummings. He is our Executive Director of Training and Coaching. Here's Tim Coyle, a newly certified trainer. There's my son, David, working with one of the members. There's Danita, our Shop Your Way to Wealth Master Trainer and Coach. And it was just such a phenomenal event. We had so many wonderful, wonderful testimonials and people just really gaining so much value from our events. They're unlike anything that you've ever been a part of. I'm absolutely 100% certain of that, because that's what keeps coming back to us every time we do our events. We always do a group photo. And we like to throw in a silly one too. Let's see, I think there's a silly one in here. Yep, that's supposed to be our silly one. Anyway, so just wanted you to see that. We have many, many, many pictures in here of numerous events that we've hosted. And the exciting thing is we have another event coming up. It's the trifecta, where we have a Shop Your Way to Wealth workshop, a book flipping profit system workshop, and online shopping profit system. All righty, let's keep moving on. So here's the progression for most of our students. Stay with me as we go through this metaphor, and we call it the simple double engine cash flow and asset growth strategy. So you see there's pink, which represents putting gas in your tank, and blue is battery power for a car. We know that there's cars that run on both. Well, kind of similarly for a business. So we have the side hustle income, which helps put cash in your business tank. That would be through Shop Your Way to Wealth as an example. And then in the blue, we have your e-commerce store. Yes, I'm talking about you having your own online store. Just like Amazon does, you get to have your online store. Not everybody's going to head in that direction, but many of our people do. And what that gives you is something that you can scale, and it becomes an asset. An asset means something people will pay you money for it because it has value in the marketplace. All right. Excuse me. So we're going to talk about retail arbitrage is a beautiful way to create cash flow in your business. Now, when you do this, you learn the basics of e-commerce, check, right? You develop business fundamentals. You develop systems in your business. You develop a list of sources. Those would be your favorite stores that you source from. And you begin to develop an e-commerce marketer's mindset as you begin to recognize valuable products in the marketplace. But at the arbitrage level, it's still kind of a part-time job, if you will, and a profitable one at that. I call it a job for this reason, because it's primarily a linear income. You have to keep scanning to get those dollars flowing, right? Okay, so that's one model. Now stick with me. So here we have the hybrid power cash flow through the 3 courses that we have. Online shopping profit system. Now that one is considerably scalable because we actually teach you how to do this all online and to hire a virtual assistant, like from the Philippines, okay, that does that heavy lifting for you. We have Shop Your Way to Wealth and the book flipping profit system. Hey there. Hi, Martha. Welcome to the call. Miss Martha from Iowa, rock star in the house. Okay. Now we have 2 mentorship levels that help build the side hustle income. So let's talk about what those are. There's actually 4 different mentorship levels. Notice I'm not saying membership, I'm calling it a mentorship. And mentorship means you're getting help one-on-one and in group coaching sessions that are live and interactive. So at the cash flow model, the cash flow model is primarily arbitrage, right? You have the 30-day side hustle challenge where you get 4 coaching sessions, you get prizes and awards. There's like 8, and you get a free ticket to our event, whole scoop of things that you get. Then we have number 2 is e-commerce acceleration. Again, that's focused on arbitrage cash flow. And with e-commerce acceleration, you have access to all 3 courses and a whole lot more, like 8 group coaching calls per month. Now, see the dashed line, and right below that is what we call asset building model. Asset building means you could sell this thing. You build up an e-commerce store, you have private label products, you have a subscriber list, you have private label products, and it gains value as you start to sell more and more. In fact, I've heard it said, and I need to substantiate this, whatever your profit is on a monthly basis, this is for e-commerce, you can have an investor who will pay 30 times more than that monthly profit. So we have a trainer in our program who that is his business model. He flips and he sells Shopify stores routinely, like almost every month. He's buying a new one and he's selling another one. Just like flipping products from your local stores to Amazon? Well, he's just got the game up a little bit and he's flipping e-commerce stores. Okay. So that happens through 2 different mentorship programs, the e-commerce master's program, where you learn about assets and scale and automation, and the e-commerce enterprise, which includes a done for and with you e-commerce store setup. The help that you receive in that program is absolutely over the top. So our EMP advanced trainings, that's e-commerce master's program, helps you build a scalable asset power source. I do recommend this book. It's a super easy read. It's big font, and it's very simple. It's called Built to Sell. That's totally my mindset. I don't ever want to be totally dependent on a platform for my livelihood. I want to mitigate my risk by dispersing everything being on one platform. And I say that because I've been online for 14 years and I've seen just about everything, okay? But anyways, I recommend that book. It's called Built to Sell, and that will help you understand about the concept of building the business to sell, right? That can then become your retirement income, for example. Okay, so meet Brian Cummings, our executive director of training and coaching. He's a 9-year Amazon veteran who excelled at the highly profitable book category for 5+ years, and he created our highly successful book flipping profit system. Do you see that beautiful RV? That's his 4th. Since he's been selling on Amazon, upgrade, 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 because of Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. He has built a scalable business that gives him a dream lifestyle. So he leveraged Amazon, just like many of you already are, but then he moved on to build his own print-on-demand store called Stir Crazy Gifts. So here are the benefits of having your own print-on-demand store as you build a brand. His is called Stir Crazy Gifts. You can sell on Shopify, Amazon, Pinterest, Facebook, etc. Promote through many different advertising channels like Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube. You develop a customer acquisition that you can then remarket to those people. It's a sellable asset and it's creative, rewarding, and fun. So Brian's goal is to sell this business for $1 million. And I don't doubt one bit he's going to do exactly that. All right, we have just recently created this infographic, and it just shows those 4 different levels of mentorship. So you see the side hustle at the bottom left, you see the e-commerce acceleration, you see the e-commerce master's program, and you see the e-commerce enterprise. And I will do my best to get this loaded up in the comments section below. All righty. Okay, let's dive into our back office now. And hopefully I can bring up the right browser. Yep, that's this one. We're going to go there. Okay, so this is your back office. So anytime you buy a training product from us, by default, you become a member of the e-commerce business school. And there's a whole lot more that you get that we don't even detail. For example, if you purchase Shop Your Way to Wealth, we don't even detail everything else that you get. So I'm going to do that right now, let you know the valuable resources. So this is your back office on the main home page. And you see right here, every Wednesday, I do a call. It's called The Voice of E-commerce. Free training sessions and updates via Facebook Live. You just click on that button and then you click send a messenger, and then you will be notified of our next Voice of E-commerce call. So there's one tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard every single week. And there's many, many interviews, including one with Martha. Spectacular interview, must listen, okay? And the way you find that is just look at the video section on the e-commerce business school page. Over on the left side, you're gonna see videos, and you can just surf through there and you'll find Martha's. I think we did it in June or July, if memory serves me correctly. All right, there's a calendar which lets you know of events relative to the level that you're at. So Shop Your Way to Wealth members, for example, you're invited every Saturday morning to our community check-in call. It's at 10 a.m. Central, and it's hosted by 2 of our certified trainers, Stephen Hunt and Tim Coyle. And basically, they're giving back to the community that has meant so much to them. That is not uncommon. That's what we see here through the e-commerce business school. All right, let me click the back arrow so you're aware of that. And the more you go up in the mentorship programs, the more training and touch points you have available to you. All right. And then we have something that I'm especially fond of. I come from the sports world. And so I had my girls, my gymnasts, track all their numbers. Well, business is all about numbers, isn't it? Even though we may not like that, we like the dollars, right? But there's all sorts of numbers that have to happen before you get to those dollars. Like how many products did you scan and how many products did you ship in, etc. So this is our end of day tracker, and it's a really fun tool. I love this tool, and I created it because this is what we do in our own company. So I'm giving you what works for us, and you're just tracking what you're doing relative to your business. It only takes like a minute to fill out. It's not terribly complex, but what it allows you to do is to see patterns in your business. Like maybe you're wondering, how come I don't have many sales right now? And then you look back and you go, wow, I didn't do any local retail arbitrage for 2 weeks. Maybe that's the reason, okay? So by documenting your activity, you're gonna be able to note the patterns, because that's what business is about, cause and effect, cause and effect. So when you document, you're able to note those patterns very, very nicely. And that's what you can see in the tracker history, which gives you the full history of all of your end of day posts. Is that cool or what, guys? I think it's cool. It's all automated. It's all online. You don't have to do it on a sheet of paper. There's also My Notes, where you can take notes as you're going through any of our back office training and just document that and archive it in your back office. My Content. All right. So we segmented this according to cash flow courses and asset-based courses, right? So these are our 3 arbitrage courses: Shopping Way to Wealth, Online Shopping Profit System, and Book Flipping Profit System. Now, Book Flipping Profit System is available to purchase on your own right now. Online Shopping Profit System will be available in about the next day or 2. Ta-da! There'll be a big announcement about that. Now, this one really does move you into automation and scale. This one in particular, because everything is done online, except you will have to ship your products into Amazon, but you can train and hire a VA in the Philippines to do that online search for you, okay? And Brian Cummings, who put this together, he actually teaches you how to do this, everything, all the documents, everything. And we have traditional business owners for you who are using that training in particular with great success, because hiring is not easy. It's a skill set. All right, so that is a really highly, highly valuable training, is the Online Shopping Profit System. Now, the asset-based courses all have to do with owning things like your website, your products, like these are yours. And you build up the value when you sell them, and then someone may conceivably want to buy your business. There is a huge network going on of people who routinely buy and sell, specifically here now, e-commerce stores. Huge. The growth is just absolutely spectacular in e-commerce. So it's a great business model, and it's superseding brick and mortar. It's the new world. All right, so Build My E-commerce Store teaches you how to set up a Shopify store. It's extremely detailed. It was put together by Brian Cummings. Very, very detailed. Print on demand system coming very, very soon. Print on demand is extremely unique for this reason. Take notes. OPM, other people's money. And what that means in this particular model, using drop shipping in particular, which is what we teach you, the customer is going to pay you first before you even spend a dime on inventory. They pay you, and then automatically that order is sent to your drop shipping supplier, and that drop shipping supplier sends the product off to your customer in your brand name as though you personally fulfilled that order. Okay, so it's this little pathway, and then your drop shipper sends you an invoice, whatever those terms are. But what happens there is you're not investing any money into capital with the print on demand drop shipping model. that make sense, everybody? Hopefully that makes sense. Amazon Wholesale Sourcing Workshop. This was an absolutely spectacular workshop that Brian and Josie have trained on 2 or 3 times over, including training at the biggest trade show in the United States called ASD Market Week. It's extremely thorough with all the documents that they have created very successfully for their business, so you don't have to figure that out all on your own. Super, super detailed. Sourcing China. So that was done with my son, Robert, who's a sourcing agent in China. He lives there right now. And Brian and Josie, who worked with us to create this. So 3 different trainers. And of course, Robert's specialty, he's been to over 100 plus factories in China and Hong Kong. He has what we call guanxi. And guanxi means friendly relationships. And in China, you don't do business unless you have that relationship first. And so he develops that on our behalf. Okay. Then the 5-step, how to evaluate products for the Amazon Marketplace is an absolute must for those moving beyond local retail arbitrage and they want to get into wholesale or whatever other methods, liquidation, you name it. But they don't know the Amazon Marketplace and they can make some really big costly mistakes because they don't understand the Amazon Marketplace. But Brian and Josie do. So it's a 5-step formula on how to properly vet a product. This is without having the Amazon Seller app. When you're doing wholesale, you need a method. You need a scientific method, and that's what they've created for us. And then you have the Amazon Product List and Launch Mastermind, and that's about creating your Amazon listings or any kind of listing that could be on Shopify or Amazon or wherever, right? And then how to launch that product out in the marketplace instead of assuming that all these buyers are going to come flocking into your listing. You actually need to step up the game a bit and become more of a marketer at that point. Okay, I just want to see, guys and gals, I want to make sure that I'm answering questions that you may have. So I'm going to refresh because I don't want to go on and on without checking in to see if you have any questions. So I'm refreshing and I want to know if you have anything particular. Okay, hi Betty, calling in from St. Louis. Great to have you here. Okay, and then these are the 2 mentorship program levels, e-commerce enterprise and the e-commerce masters program. There is such an extremely wide net of mentorship that takes place. I personally don't think anyone can say, oh, but I never got the help I needed when I was at the e-commerce business school. It's impossible. What's much more possible is they didn't show up and take advantage of everything that we have. And I have to admit that is rather commonly the case. They're just not fully utilizing everything that we put together there for them. There is this support button anytime you're in your back office, or if you're public facing and you're not a member yet, that support button is on the home page facing the public. That's available there as well. Definitely reach out to us with any questions that you have. Now, we have many, gotta get back to content. Where am I at? Events. So I have a master account. And this is, by the way, our 2nd website. So we moved everything 2 years ago over into this brand new website. But you'll see that we do a lot of events rather regularly. We just did the e-commerce funnel mastery. I don't know if that's been archived. Yes, it has. From August, it's already been archived. That was just this month. It was absolutely spectacular up in Bloomington, Minnesota. We even had a boat ride, a cruise out on Lake Minnetonka. We will always be doing live events because it is the superior method of learning. And beyond that, the superior method of learning is, I can't impress upon you enough the importance of networking with other members. No man is an island. The Lone Ranger days of doing business on your own, not in this century. Not in this century. Don't even think about the notion that, I don't need anybody. No, you need people or you won't make it. And I'll tell you why. There's just too much to know. And it changes all the time. So you have to be connected, networked into a community of people who can help keep you abreast of the changes. Okay, and we're in e-commerce, and these platforms are changing. Just everything is shifting and changing. The number one skill for the 21st century is this, and never forget it. It's called adaptability. You have to be able to adapt. If you don't like that, you're gonna have a tough time in the 21st century. All right, so you gotta embrace change and adaptability. Just real quickly, we've got to give this a wrap. We have many different mastermind group pages that are segmented according to the mentorship level and or course that you happen to be in. We have a testimonial page right here. Feel free to go through that. And we also have Meet the Team, our ever expanding team of staff, trainers, coaches. And I know we need to add in some more folks here that have not been added in yet. So I wanted to give this overview with you of our campus. We're a digital campus, but we actualize physically in different events and locations around the country. We've been to San Diego. We're going to be in Dallas, by the way, come January, and probably a repeat in March in Dallas as well. We have a timeline for all of 2019, and we hope to have that calendar firmed up and put out there and available to you, I would say within about 3 weeks. But do know that there is an event January 11th, 12th, and 13th that will be in Dallas, and it's our trifecta. And I know right now, the seats that will get filled when we open that up, they will probably be 50% sold out or better. As soon as we open up that event, they will go like that. A big reason is because quite a number of people are eligible for a complimentary ticket to Trifecta based off the mentorship program that they joined. So if they are e-commerce acceleration, then they get that event. If they are side hustle members, they're going to get Shop Your Way to Wealth. So it's probably about 120 some people are already eligible for a ticket. Not all of them will fulfill on it because vacations and whatever, but in a sense, you could say it's already sold out. But once we open up that cart, if you want to be at that trifecta in Dallas, you need to jump on it immediately. Okay, that's kind of the heads up. And we are hoping to have that available in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? So it is the bottom of the hour. I said that it was going to be 30 minutes in length. Just checking to see if there's any new comments. Go ahead and write. If you have any kind of just aching question, you really want to know something, just go ahead and write that in. Okay, I don't see anything right now. If you do, so I'm going to write in a comment here. If you have any questions, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sling this over here so you can see me actually writing in here. Please email our customer care team. And pardon me for the clacking of my keyboard. And then we're going to give this a wrap, but it's e-commerce businessschool.com. That's it. All righty. Well, thank you everybody for attending. And if any questions pop up in your mind afterwards, you can post it on this page as well and just tag me. It looks like this. To tag someone, you go like this and you start to write in their name, and then you go like that, and that becomes a hyperlink. Okay? That's how that works. All righty. Till then, thank you for joining us. Have an awesome and blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.